Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. So I Pascal will be here in a minute. Let's just grab this phone, say hi to you guys, and to let you know that tonight is gonna be amazing. Today you guys get to meet Pastor K's coach and his pastor. Hi Vivian. This is what I want you guys to do. Reach out to your friends, get everyone to log on. Tonight is going to be amazing and explosive 2 hours. Explosive 2 hours. Pastor will be here, Pigeon Inspire. At least greet me before you start driving me away. Thank you. Good evening. I know it's not my phone, but I'm just helping. Okay. So he'll be here in a minute, really. He'll be here in a minute. He's around the corner somewhere.
You know how to do that, me and my coach.
So, oh yeah. So I should do it.
Yes.
Okay. So he'll be here in a minute. He just wants you guys to get your people on, get people to join. Okay, so I don't know how Androids work, so I can't help you, but I'll do it when you're on. I'll do it on my page.
From your phone, okay?
Yeah, I'll do it from my page. Okay, so you guys have people join on. Hi Inka from US. How are you guys? Hi Chris Empire from Italy. Wow. Okay, you guys, let me know where you're watching this from. This is so nice. Good evening, everyone. He'll be here in a second. Okay. Are you ready to take your phone? Yeah. Okay, bye everyone.
Check on red for me. Hello guys. How are you guys doing? Are we ready for today? I'll be seeing myself well. Yeah. Are we ready? Dallas, I see you. The US, we're in US now, Jesse.
Papa, I sent you a message, I'm fine. It says 10 minutes will get you on.
I want to know the city. Alright, the particular city. So don't just tell me US, tell me the city.
Okay.
The city. Michigan, yes, I see you.
Papa, let's do now. After this, I'll chat you off. Thank you, Papa.
Yeah. Kunle, how are you doing? How is your wife? Has she giving you that gist? There was one gist she wanted to give you, Kunle. There's one gist your wife wanted. Lester, how are you? I miss you, Lester. So, today is special. Network. Today is very special. Alana, I see you. Pearl, how are you? Hey, been forever. Let church open again. I'm tired of not seeing my people. Big Gang, how are you doing? Big Gang, how are you? So today is very special because I'm coming on with my coach. Are they going to be able to put the thing on this? Okay. I heard they've set up somewhere for me, so I'm walking towards the place now so that I hope network will be as good there as here. I don't want to hear stories. Okay, bring the tripod here then. Sorry, we're just trying to look for a good location to do this. I'm trying to decide. This light is clear here now. It's not clear. Okay. All right. So this night is special. I'm bringing on somebody very dear and special to me. I'm bringing on my coach, my pastor for many years. If you think I know anything about relationship, if you think I know anything about speaking, if you think I'm a wise person, if you think I'm a good pastor, trust me, is somebody that you have to hear or meet. This has been my coach for maybe 21, 22 years. I'm not sure exactly now. I'll need to do some mathematics to be sure, but over 20 years definitely. So somewhere around 22 or so years. He has been my mentor, my coach. And it's going to be awesome. I will also give you. I don't know if I should give you the gist now before I bring him on. I should give the gist when he's on. But my first relationship seminar was almost a disaster. This was about 20 years ago too. About 20 years ago. My first relationship seminar was almost a disaster. So there would have been no LDM with PK. There would have been no PK, like most of you know today. Let me check if I can bring on my pastor, my coach of many years. We're still trying to be sure where to set up. Am I okay here? Yeah. So, maybe I should give you. Should I give you guys the gist? Or should I wait for him to come to give you the gist? But he's there. Tell me, which one should I bring him on first, or I should give the gist first? Let me know which one works. See this fine girl. How are you gonna do this without shutting down my phone? Okay, well, I wish you good luck. The things are here, so be careful with it. Careful, you got a busy hand. Okay. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Can you still hear me loud and clear? Please let me know. Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me a thumbs up. Hey, Miss V White, how's my baby? How's Louisiana? Okay, so, honey, should I give the gist now? Or Pastor Rush, how are you doing? Pastor Rush, James Rush, Omo from Vancouver girl, how are you doing? Vivian, how you doing? How is Henry? How are you guys? And my kids. Okay, so the gist was, I should bring Rev, or I should say first. Should I give the gist or I should say, which one should I do first? So, let me bring him on first before I give the gist. Rita, how are you doing? You guys know what it is, okay. If you guys can find it. Alright, so, let me bring him on, then I'll give the gist so that all of you can hear the gist together. Then bring on my pastor, my coach of over 22 years, Reverend Albert Femi Oduwole. Let me look for him in the request. I can't find him yet. Is there a way to search this thing? Okay, I've seen him. So. I need my water near me. Hello,
PK, how you doing? Good to see you. You're looking good.
Thank you, sir.
This lockdown had made your kicks come out. You're looking very good. PM is doing a good job. Good
yes, she is. And I'm enjoying myself. But we can't hear you very loudly.
You can't hear me loudly? Okay.
It's not loud enough.
Okay, is it loud now?
Or is it loud enough?
Is it loud enough?
It's not so loud though.
Oh, what could be the problem?
Is it? Or is it just me that?
Is it loud
okay?
Now?
I think it's better, but I'm not sure if. Can other people check? Are you hearing loud and clear? Please, our viewers, can you hear Rev loud and clear?
Yes, let me know if you can hear me. Baby, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Oh, it's loud. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So welcome, Rev.
Good to be here. I'm so excited. Good to be here with you. How you doing?
Fine, sir. I've been enjoying the lockdown. I've been trying to catch up in a lot of things that I didn't have time to do since. Reverend Victor, we see you, sir. Reverend Victor just
good to see you. Bless you, sir. Beautiful. We thank God. I think the lockdown is a blessing for a lift up if people get it right. Mm. You know,
Yeah.
it's very important. PM, good to see you. PM, bless you.
Just yeah,
Thanks for
making
all you
that.
do. Reverend Victor, thank you, sir. You
Yes,
know.
sir. So thank you, Rev, for coming on. It's such an honor to have you here. We've not done this before, and it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a
I'm
long
happy we're doing it now.
time. um, I want to first give a background gist
Okay.
before we start doing some questions and before you start sharing. Basically, you are the main speaker. Me, I'm just here
Nope.
to learn.
Okay. Oh.
I'm just here to learn. And viewers, please, if at any time you can't hear us well, you can't hear Rev well, let us know. Some people are saying he's not audible. So, Rev, are you using your...
Okay. I'm using AirPod. Let me try something else.
Yes, please.
Okay. Can they hear me better now? Can they hear me better now? I'm trying to come in. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Good,
Have you put it in the case now?
Is it better now?
Have you put it in the case?
Yes, I put it in the. Is it better now?
It's still... It's not so loud, but I can hear you a bit. But I hope
Okay,
viewers...
let me do something. Let me do something else.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, okay. Guys, hold on. Because me, I want to be hearing well. I don't like that I'm straining to hear. So let's wait for Rev to sort it out. Taiwo, I wish you were here earlier to help us.
Yeah, okay. Let me see.
Oh,
Is this better now?
I think it is.
Okay, if it is better, it's good. Oh, better. Everybody's saying it's better. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, so all right. So I was saying that I was going to give you a background gist, then you'll be free to share with us, and we'll also now take some Q&A.
Okay.
Okay. For those that are watching, many years ago, I became born again, and I also got a calling to ministry.
Yeah.
You know, nobody really taught me the power of mentoring or the power of you know, all these things. I just I knew it by just needing it. You know, it wasn't that there was not so much teaching on mentoring then
Okay.
as there is now. You know, we didn't have so many of those things then, but I just knew that you know, I needed relationships to do this work of the ministry.
Yeah.
I knew I needed to connect with someone of a higher knowledge, higher understanding, higher anointing, you know, to go to my next level. So I knew that. So I had tried to make some friendships and all that were not going great because I was coming from the world. And that time, in a way, the friendships I had in the world were stronger than the ones I met in the kingdom. You know.
So sad that it happens like that. So sad.
Yeah. So I really had some tight friends. We did bad things together. There was so much, you know, friendship and all that amongst us. So when I became born again, I couldn't keep company with those guys. I needed to have, you know, friends and mentors in the kingdom, and that was difficult to find. I didn't feel that connection and commitment with a lot of people that I met at the time. So I came to a meeting, a friend's meeting in Ife, and you were one of the speakers that day. I can't remember the exact year. Maybe, I don't know if you remember the year.
It's a long time. I think it's 1997.
97.
1997. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not great with dates, so
yes, it's 97. It was the year before I even got married. I got married in 98, so it was 97.
Wow. All right. So 1997, I came for a program in Ife OAU, hosted by a friend of mine. I'm not sure now whether it's Pastor Yemi Davids or who.
It was Yemi Davis.
Yes, yes. So
I teach on the covenant.
yes, you thought of the covenant.
Yeah.
You know, I had never heard that before. It's amazing. It was amazing. Never heard that before. And beyond it being a great word, because yes, I had seen, I'd heard many great preachers, but beyond it being a great word, I felt in my heart that this was a relationship I had to be with. This was a person I had to connect with in a intimate level. Because somebody asked me recently, and in fact, I'm planning to do a training or a teaching on that, because most people don't realize that mentoring or fathering relationships is almost like marriage. You have to be led.
You have to be.
Do it.
It must be a covenant connection. It must be a covenant connection.
Yeah. So immediately I heard you speak in that meeting. I knew that this was a relationship I had to build, and it was somebody God was connecting me with. And after that, I think we spoke. I don't know whether it was that I came to your office or we spoke there.
You did. Yeah. You even came to my house. You spent the night in my house.
Yes, sir.
At Ring Road, Ibadan.
Yes, sir. You know, so that was how it started. And I believe that relationship has blossomed. This is 23 years. It doesn't even feel like that, you know, but
it does not.
You know, but it has been a very, very beneficial relationship for me, and I'm not sure words are enough to capture all the things I've learned in all these years. So we also want to take the opportunity to appreciate you for being a great father, being a great coach, being a great pastor. We've obviously not said it enough, but I use this opportunity to say that we appreciate God for connecting us, and we believe it was a God-ordained relationship, and it has flourished, it has produced, and we believe that to so thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I will also love to say that mentoring is key. Mentoring is the key to saving you from a tormentor. When you don't get mentoring right, it becomes something different. I remember when you came to me also, I had to check my heart. Every day people keep on asking me, I want you to mentor me, I want you to mentor me. But you see, it must be a covenant connection. If it's not covenant connection, it's going to be a waste of time. But you see, it can be a covenant connection just like marriage and still not work. It may be one or two of the people don't get it right. I've said it publicly, I've said it privately, that you and PM, you know, pastoring you make it easy. There are some people that when you pastor them, oh my God, you know, it's a lot of work. But you and PM, pastoring you is very easy. You are quick to receive. You are quick to heart. You are quick to do the things that are necessary. And for that, I'm also very grateful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I tell people all the time, for all those watching this and that watch this later, I tell people all the time that everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs a mentor. Lionel Messi is the best footballer in the world. He has a coach. Roger Federer is the best tennis player in the world. He has a coach.
Yeah.
If all those guys at their level of success and performance still need a coach, you know, who are we not to value the place of a coach in our life? So what do you have to say about that, Rev?
Yeah, very, very important. You know, the great thing about focus is that when you are focused, you're also blind. Because I'm focused to you now, I'm blind to everything around me. You need a mentor, somebody that will look at you and be able to identify what is blind and be able to say to you, you need to cover this up. You see, coaching is key. Oh, Reverend TJ, thank you. My wife is joining us. My wife of 22 years that never told me, what are you doing with these PK people? You know, she
Pastor TJ, we see you.
To everybody.
Pastor TJ, we see you.
Thank you, TJ. So it's very important. Everybody needs a coach. The best boxer needs a coach. The best actor needs a coach. Without coaching, there will be a lot of confusion, and that is very, very important.
All right. So for the viewers, Reverend TJ is Reverend Femi's wife. If there's time, I'm going to give you guys a gist too about if there's time. But it's a very so you want to stay on and you want to catch the whole gist. So Rev, let me say this: for those that are watching, if you ever think that I'm a good relationship preacher, you know,
I think you're an excellent one, PK. I enjoy listening to you.
So,
you are my own favorite. You are my own favorite relationship preacher. I will laugh. I will learn. I started what I call the laugh and learn. Laugh and learn. But you've taken laugh and learn to another level.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, for the viewers, if you ever thought I was a great relationship preacher and all that, because I'm a bit popular now and all that, I just laugh in my mind because they need to know that there is someone I absolutely believe is a better relationship teacher than me. In fact, and that person is the person I'm talking to, Reverend Albert Oduwole. In fact, he was the first person I ever heard teach on relationship, you know, in such a powerful way. And he was one of those that inspired me to actually believe that I had it in me to do this at all. So if you ever thought I was a great relationship teacher, this is the person you need to be following. If you're not following him right now, please go follow. And this is the person you should be thanking, because, and that is one of the things that a mentor does. A mentor shows you what is possible. Shows you what is possible. So I first saw you, I first heard your messages on relationships, and I had never heard anything like that before in my Christian life. Never had it broken down that interesting and that real. So again, we want to thank you for that, Rev. Thank you for laying all those foundations. Many people around the world think I teach good, but they don't know my secret. They don't know my secret, and today I'm exposing my secret. That you were the first person that I saw break down relationship in a word meeting, and it was amazing.
Praise God, praise God. Relationship needs to be taught. The reason is that, you see, there is no institution where relationship is taught, no institution. I went through, Pastor Dunamis, I see you. I went through from nursery to tertiary. From primary to tertiary, they never taught me about relationship. Never. The only husbandry they taught me was animal husbandry. Animal husbandry does not work in human husbandry. So somebody needs to teach it, especially because we have a generation now that had never seen a young man. We say, for example, you know, I'm going to love you, I'm going to be to you the best husband you have ever seen. But the young man had never seen a good husband before. The father is not one, the uncle is not one. Sometimes maybe his father is not even a good husband. So the guy wants to be a good wife. The only problem is that the girl had never seen a good wife before. So how do you solve an equation when you have never seen an example? How do you solve a problem when you have never seen an example of the problem? So God needs to raise some people up that we now start to teach people how to make relationship work. Because relationship is key. If God, the maker of everything, says it's not good for man to be alone, then without relationship, it's not really good. We need to learn how to make it work. And I thank you for making it loud. I thank you for teaching it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. For those that I was telling them before you came on, Rev, about my ever relationship seminar. This was also around 20 years ago. I had heard him preach it a lot of time, preach about relationship. There were some famous then things like the kind of man you should not marry,
married kind of woman.
There were a lot of then. I can't remember all the titles now. And so that year, I wanted to do a relationship meeting, you know, and I didn't know what to teach. I just knew I had a burden to host that relationship seminar then. It was on February 14th, you know, but I didn't have what to teach. I knew that it was a Valentine's Day program, and that Valentine's Day period, I knew people make a lot of mistakes, relationships. So I thought it was a good time to, you know, let's teach them God's word, let's teach them the right way. That was the burden in my heart. You know, I never heard God come and tell me that, my son, thou shalt teach relationships. That didn't happen. There was a burden in my heart, you know, help people, you know, do it right relationally. So we fixed the program. I didn't know what I was going to teach. There were no mobile phones then, as hard as a lot of people. There were no mobile phones then, and so I called you on the landline that I needed some messages because I was hosting this relationship program. I didn't know what to teach, so I called you on the landline then, and you said, okay, well, there's no way for you to send it from Ibadan to Lagos. You know, sorry, they say I'm echoing. I'm trying to see if I can use
okay.
Let me see if I can my own earphones. I don't know if it will work.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I heard I was echoing, so I'm trying to just stop that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let me continue the story. I fixed the program. I called you on the phone. You said you were going to find a way to send
it down.
Or if you are that you were even coming down to Lagos that weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, you were supposed to come a day before the program. I think you were going to come on Saturday. The program was on Sunday. And there were no mobile phones. So somehow, you know, there was no way for me to even reach you. I didn't know whether you were in town
or not.
Messages. So I was stuck. I had nothing to do, you know, and the day was coming, the day was even already, you know, but miraculously, I went up the stage, you know, I tried to read one or two things. There was no internet then. We didn't really, you can't search anything, nothing like that then. So there was one book, I don't know where I found the book, that I read, and it kind of just stirred something in me, and I got up the stage that day and I began to speak from my heart. You know, I poured out my heart and a little understanding of God. What happened that day was that it looked like a tap just opened that day. This was about 20 years ago. And since that time till now, that tap, you know, has not stopped. That tap is still flowing, you know, heavily. So that was a very for me, but the whole program started because I had seen you and heard you on relationship.
And the way DNA works, it works in two ways. DNA, you see, it can be communicated by information, but it also happens by impartation. That is why our children, it's not just because somebody might not have seen his child for a long time, but the day you see your child for the first time, you are surprised because you start to see some things and you are like, oh, I didn't even teach him this. So what happens in a covenant relationship is that there is a place of the information, but there's also the place of the impartation. Sometimes what happened that day was you were waiting for the information, but the impartation was already there. If you had not gone ahead to do it, you would not have known what is already in you. But the fact that you step out, and that is why you cannot do what you don't dare. People need to dare things, because when you dare it, your impartation will kick in. Then you will discover that you might not think you have enough information, but the impartation as well will cover for the information and it will move you forward.
Wow, that's true. That's true. For those of you that are watching, Reverend Femi, Reverend Oduwole, it's an amazing pastor, amazing. I can't tell you he's based in Nigeria. He travels a lot around the world. all my folks that are in Canada, if you're in Canada, Toronto, he also has a church in Canada, Toronto. He has a church in Ibadan and in many other cities. So, hey, if you would like to meet him or see him, he's a very humble person, very anointed, very wise. So feel free to reach out, feel free to talk to him. I totally encourage that you talk with him. He has been an amazing blessing. He's a great source of wisdom, you know. So we're going to go into some random questions. So, Rev, if you could talk to yourself, the 20 years ago version of yourself, if you could advise yourself now, 20 years after, with what you know, what will you tell someone that is exactly at that stage you were in 20 years ago?
Praise God. Thank you, PK. If I could talk to myself 20 years ago, there are 5 things I would say to myself. Number 1, it will work out well. You see, when you are younger, you want everything to happen now. Oh, from Ukraine. Thank you for connecting. You want everything to happen now. You overburden yourself. You stress too much. You are like a child that wants to go to sleep, but he's thinking, will I get bread when I wake up? So that wants to hold this bread while he goes to bed. But that is not how God operates. The way God operates is very, very funny. When he gave them manna, he told them, he said, don't keep manna for tomorrow. Why did God do that? He was trying to say, I want you to trust me, not the bread. So if I'm going to say to my younger self, I will say, don't worry, it will work out. Number 2, I'll say to my younger self that relationship is more important.
Wow, network.
Relationship, your mentors, who is your
Sorry,
downline?
Rev,
Yeah.
you cut for a bit, at
Oh,
least
okay.
on my own end.
Oh, okay.
So
what I'm trying to say is, number 1, relax. It's going to work out well. Don't overburden yourself. You know, King James Version said, the blessing of the Lord make her rich, and added no sorrow to it. One translation said, don't overwork yourself. The blessing of the Lord will cover for it. We sometimes overwork ourselves, and it does not work like that. Number 2, relationships are vital. Relationships, especially when it comes to mentoring relationship and friends, be careful who those are. Number 3, I would say to my younger self, marry right. And I'm happy I did that. You know, like I normally say, if you marry right, you have a prayer partner. If you marry wrong, you have a prayer point. If you marry right, you have a prayer partner. If you marry wrong, you have a prayer point. I will say to my younger self, marry right. There is a study, a book I read years ago, The Next Door Millionaire. It's from America. 70% of the millionaires in America said who they marry added to how successful they become. Marry, wow. You remember, I was particular about who you're going to marry. I was very particular. I remember sometime you came to stay in my house and you spent the night, and I took you to a room and I re-emphasized that. Because I've seen good people become bad, great work become small because of who people marry. But when I saw PM, I just knew this is it. Not that I've had interaction with her. There are some things that you just know by knowing. The name of the book is The Next Door Millionaire. The name of the book is Next Door Millionaire. So when I saw PM, I knew this is it. And you see, after you marry PM, I see the increase. I see the blessing. So number 3, I'll say to my younger self, marry right. Number 4, I'll say to my younger self that take things in stride. What do I mean by taking things in stride? I will say that to eat an elephant, you just need to eat a bite at a go. But the more you eat, the more you get there. So I'll say to my younger self, what you do consistently is what you become eventually. So just keep on doing the right things. Finally, I will say to my younger self, raise a new generation well. raise a new generation well. I thank God I didn't wait, because initially my thinking is that, what will I tell younger people? I was young myself. But thank God I didn't wait, because there is something you know that somebody now needs to know. Don't wait until you know it all, because invariably you will never know it all. So I said to myself, whatever you know now, teach it. And that's what I've done in the last 25 years of my pastoring. Keep on putting into people what I know. But that's what I'm going to say to my younger self. Because I also believe that the greatest compliment anybody can get is for yourself now, for your younger self, to be proud of who you have become now. So when I look at my life, I think my younger self will be proud of who I have become. And that's major.
Wow, wow. Thank you, sir. That's amazing. Let's reiterate the things you said. So number one is it will work out well.
It will work out well. Relax. Don't kill yourself. Don't be over anxious. Number two, relationships are vital. Mentoring and friends. Your friends will determine your end. That is why we call it friend day, because they determine your end day. So you need to be careful who your friends are. Number three, be careful who you marry. Who you marry is very, very key. Who you marry is very, very important. My being married right has been of a great help, and I thank God for that.
Number four was
number four, take it in stride. Don't if you what you can't do, you can't do everything now, but do what you can do. Because you say God created the whole world in 7 days. He could have done it in 1 day.
Yes,
He
and
has
1 minute.
a reason for doing it in 7 days. Maybe for us to know that what you don't complete today, just keep at it. If you keep at it, you will get it done. E.W. Kenyon has a small book. And in that book, he said something. He said, everybody that has done something great, when he asked them, signpost on the way to success, where E.W. Kenyon, signpost on the way to success. He said, when you ask them, how did you build this big house? They said, I kept at it. How did you get this sculpture done? I kept at it. So we need to keep at it. And finally, make sure you raise the younger generation right. Pass across what you have been saying. Don't wait until you know it all, because you will never know it all. So there is something you know now that somebody needs to know. So keep on passing it on.
Wow, wow. Thank you. In fact, this is so powerful, and that brings me to an announcement we wanted to make. You know, for many years, I've been telling my wife, and I've been saying it, that I wish I could mentor men. I wish we could mentor men, because people have been complaining, even ladies complain, even on my pages and on my posts. They said everybody is training women and telling women what to do, but nobody is talking to the men. Nobody is training the men. So, and I've been looking for a platform to do that. So we have finally decided we're going to start a global platform for mentoring men, and it is launching this Sunday night. This Sunday night, we're having a webinar for men, and that will be the launch of the mentoring platform for men. So if you're a man watching here, once this is over, go to my profile page, click the link tree there. You will see a space called Mandate, and under it, it's titled What It Means to Be a Man. That's the first webinar we're having. It's absolutely free for only men. Okay, women don't go there. Only men. Go there, click that my profile, click the link there. What it means to be a man, because like you said, you know, we need to teach younger generation. So
we need to.
it has always been in my mind, and sometimes we feel we are not good enough to teach. We feel we've not done enough. But like you said, somebody needs to know what we already know. There's somebody right now that what he needs to know is what we already know. So we decided to launch that. It is absolutely free for all men globally, no matter your age or field. Run now to my profile page. Immediately we are done with this, click and register for the webinar. Now, if you're a woman watching and you have a man in your life, whether your father, your brother, your son, your boyfriend, your fiancé, your husband, get them to register. Get them to register. It will be awesome. I personally believe that men need other men to call out the greatness inside of them.
Unfortunately, what
Yes,
most men know is what the woman taught them. What most men know, it is women that taught them. So they don't know how to really be a man, how a man is meant to be a king, a priest, and a prophet.
yes.
Unfortunately, there is a disconnection between a generation of men and another generation of men.
Yes.
And because of that, we've come to a time, and everything now, it's in its own, it's okay, but it's still there. They're talking about caring for the female child, caring for the girl child. But men need, because invariably, parents, for example, they raise their daughters and they say, one day you will marry. But they're not talking to the men that will marry them. So I'm happy you're doing this, PK. Thanks a million. It's worth it. It's necessary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's too crucial. Like you were saying, I believe that men will be greater if they have other male figures in their lives calling out greatness from them, speaking into their lives. You know, thank God for the relationship I had with you. Nobody taught me that. I just, by virtue of it, or I believe it's the Holy Spirit really, that made me know that, you know, I couldn't go this journey without having, you know, a mentor. And I feel there are many men out there that are going their journeys alone, that are struggling and, you know, have nobody to talk to. So we want to create this platform for men. If you're a man watching or you're a woman watching, tell any man in your life, our mentoring platform for men is starting this Sunday. Or the registration is already from right now. As I'm speaking to you, it's on my Linktree page, on my Linktree on my profile page. Go and register. Remember, this thing quickly. So if I were you, I would do that as fast as possible. Tell every man that you know. We need to mentor the men. We need to coach the men. We need to speak into their lives. And you know, Rev, I've discovered that because men don't talk so much, you know, they go through a lot of frustrations, go through a lot of fears, but they have nobody to talk to. I don't know what you have to say about that, about men in general, about how to keep situation.
All over the world, they talk more about widows than widower. The reason why they talk more about widows than widower, nobody talks about widower. They talk about widows. So in a lot of ways, it's more, and a lot of men die early. And the reason why they die is because they put things in their mind they don't talk about. I jokingly said in a forum that the day in itself signifies, I said in the forum that the word mentoring in itself signifies that men need to tour together. Mentoring. So when you are on a tour to destiny, you need to men and tour together with other men, and that's very important.
Wow, wow, that's powerful. If you had a son, which you do have a son, what advice would you give to your son if you had to talk to him? You know, what advice?
I have a son. I have a very handsome son. Some people call him the Revised Standard Version and call me the Old King James Version. And it's exciting to have a son. So one of the things I tell my son, number one of the greatest mistakes some of our fathers made is that they gave their children everything, but they didn't give the children what made them great, which is the training. So with my son, I spend time with him, training him, telling him things that matter in life. Number one, I talk to my son about God. If you're watching me, I'm the one that believes in the power of the Holy Ghost being very strong. So just before I traveled, I remember vividly where I sat with my first daughter to lead her to Christ, because I don't want to assume because she's a child of a pastor.
Yes.
So I remember where I sat to lead her to Christ and get her filled with the Holy Ghost. And the second one, so with my son, I asked him, I said, are you sure you're born again? He told me, absolutely. I said, good. I said, well, are you filled with the Holy Ghost, everything was speaking in tongues? He said, no. I said, okay. So before I traveled, I took time to get him filled with the Holy Ghost. So the first thing we can give our son is God. because we won't always be there, PK. But when we are not there, they need God to be there. When we are not there, they need God to be there. So the first thing I said to my son is the God factor. Every other factor might not be okay. You might think you're born on the wrong side of the continent. You may think whatever. But one thing is sure, with God on your side, you have the majority. So definitely God is there. Number two, I kept on telling my son that life is not fair, so get over it. In life, somebody will be greater than you, you'll be greater than somebody. Somebody will look as if he works less and is getting better result, and it will look as if to some people also you work less and you are getting a better result. So I tell my son every time that, yeah, life is not fair. Something very funny happened. Me and my family, 3 Decembers ago, we were in Disney World in Florida. December. It was beautiful. PK, we had fun. So we had a very good time. We enjoyed ourselves. We were there for Christmas. Then we flew back home. Immediately we got into the house, NEPA took light.
Wow.
So we were telling the gate man to put on the generator. My son immediately went depressed. He said, Daddy, why must we come back to live here? So I had to sit him down to talk to him about that. Life is not fair. Get over it. But life is not fair, but God is fair. So hold on to God. Number 3, I kept on making sure I give my son a sense of responsibility. Interestingly, in my case, just like in your case, my son is the last born. But yet, when I'm traveling, I'll jokingly say, so, Deborah, I'm going to London. No, you remember you are the man, no, so you take charge of the house. So we say, yes, everybody, did you hear? Daddy said I'm in charge. The sisters will say, you. But what I'm trying to do is to give him a sense of responsibility. You are a man. You have to stand in your place. You have to take care of the... You see, that is why some men, the strength God has given them to protect the lady, they are using the strength to beat and abuse the lady. It's so sad. I can't imagine that. So I kept on making him realize the ladies are the gender to be taken care of, to serve them and all that. So those are the things I keep on teaching my wife. On the other side, my wife is also doing an exceptional job with my son, making sure that he knows also the things he needs to do. So with the two of us, and like you said, we need to talk to sons, because the sons of today are the men of tomorrow. And our future depends on them. So those are the 3 basic things I make sure I say to him constantly.
All right. I know there are a lot of ladies here, and Pastor Mildred is also planning to do her own Daddy's Girls IG live. But depending when she does her own, what do you have to say to young girls, daughters? You know, you have 2 daughters, apart from the spiritual ones. You have 2 biological daughters. They are in their teen years, becoming women. You know, what do you have to say? You know, to
Thank you, PK. I have 2 amazing daughters. I have 2 amazing daughters that love God, love me, love one another. Let me start by saying this. How do you know you have married right? People ask me that question a lot of times. Invariably, what is the marking scheme? Invariably, the marking scheme is actually your children, which is very interesting. It is your children that one day will look at you and say, PK, thank you for giving us a great mother. It is your children that will look at PM one day and say, thank you for giving us a great dad. That is why I love to say to young girls, don't marry a man because he has 6 packs. Because by the time the children are grown, the 6 packs have become amusement park. So what you even saw, they can't see. The same vein, how do you know you've done a good job in your family? You know you've done a good job in your family when the kids grow to the age in which they can move away, but they choose to stay with you and stay with one another. I need to say that again. When the kids get to a point in which now they can decide to move away, but by choice, they decide to still stay connected to the family, you've done a good job. I have two daughters that refuse to school outside our area because they want, if I have to give them a car, I have to give them a car because they want to come to church. They want, my wife and I, we have to be telling them, you are meant to be students. And it's getting funny when pastor is trying to tell the kids, you are doing church too much, you know. So, what do I tell ladies? Number one, the same way the devil deceived Eve, he's still doing the same thing with ladies. For some reasons, which I don't have time to explain, ladies seem to have much low self-esteem than men. So if you have a daughter, you need to talk to your daughters twice as much as you talk to your son. You need to tell your daughters constantly that they are beautiful. I love to say that what happened to a lot of girls is that they never had their dad, a male figure, tell them they are beautiful. So the first time a guy, you know, those guys that walk as if their trouser is about to fall off and walk as if they have permanent deformity in their leg, the first time they come and say, oh, hello, how are you? You know I love you. Their head will scatter. But if you have consistently been saying to them they're beautiful, when they hear it from somebody else, it's okay. My dad tells me that every time. So I love to tell my daughters every time, you're beautiful, you're lovely, you are smart, you are not, you don't take a back seat to anybody, no matter the gender. You are good enough. I love you. We need to say that. That's for me a priority. Talk to your daughters twice as much. Encourage them. Pump confidence into them. Let them feel, because sometimes we live in a world that believes the female gender is a nobody. And that is a great mistake. The female gender are great people. Taiwan is one of the nations that handled the COVID-19 the best. Taiwan is next door to China, next door. But yet they are able to eradicate the whole of the COVID-19, and they have a female prime minister. So I always tell my daughters, you are great. There is nothing you can become. So please talk to your daughters twice as much as you even talk to your son. Put confidence in them. That's number one. Number two, I tell them that you are going to marry not because you are deficient, but because you are an addition. Very important. Marriage for you is not because I need a man. Marriage for you is because I need a partner to do life with. See, a lot of people are looking for, I need a man, I need a man. Give me a man or I die. Give me a husband or I die. No. So I tell them that, and that is very, very important. So I'm telling them, become something, become a plus, become an addition. That when a guy sees you, the guy knows that if this kind of a lady can go along with me, then we have a secured future, and that is very, very important. I say that to my daughters as well, and I'm excited I do that, and I keep on doing that because it's very important.
Okay, sir. Wow, that's powerful. You've been a parent for I don't know how many years now.
21 years now.
21 years.
Yeah.
What can you tell parents that are watching? Any basic tips on parenting?
Thank you. My wife and I, we are passionate about parenting. Because if we don't get parenting right, our future is in trouble. And I must tell you sincerely, we are not getting it right most of the time. Parenting is a tough job. Parenting is a great job. Parenting has its rewards. I was teaching on our own Facebook program about how you wonder why mothers, you know, I was talking about the fact that if you don't marry somebody you love, not that you're married, please love who you marry. If you don't marry somebody you love who you marry. And somebody said to me, hey, but Reverend, how can I love who I marry when I don't love them? Then the Bible said in Colossians 3:2, set your affection. And somebody said, Reverend, my husband has hurt me. How can I love that kind of a person? I said, the same way you love your children. Look at it. You had a slim figure. You're a very pretty person and all that. Then you got pregnant. Then your figure will change. Then you have early morning sickness sometimes. Then you start to eat. You have some craving that you never have because of the baby. You sleep on the left. You want to sleep on the right. Sleeping becomes a problem. Then you're like, well, when I have this child, I'll be free. Then you have the child, you know, then you discover that you are not free. TJ and I went to visit one of our daughters in the hospital that just had a baby, spiritual daughters. And she said to me, I said, how are you doing? She said, well, Reverend, the only thing is that the last 3 days since the baby came, I've not been able to sleep. Ah, me. Get to pastor. I said, oh, sorry. TJ was looking at the two of us. TJ said, look, let me tell you, my dear, your sleeping days are over. I said, ah. TJ said, yes, let's tell her the truth. Once you have a baby, your sleeping days are over. But yet, mothers love their children. So it's a very great job. It's because of the commitment and the covenant. But 3 things I will say to parents. Number 1, you need God. You see, just like every car comes with a manual, every phone comes with a manual, the purpose of a thing is in the mind of the maker. Only God knows about your children. You will need God. There are things TJ and I did instinctively that today we look back, we're grateful we did. It must have been God that led us. Yeah. We weren't that smart. We were just led. So the God factor is there. Number 2, no 2 children are the same. No 2 children are the same. Don't raise your children the same way. They're different. I used to joke that when they were even younger, when I travel out of the country and I come back, you know, the second one is one that will say, okay, so daddy, report to my room now. I have gist for you. And she would gist me and gist me and gist me. I'm tired. I said, Daddy, I'm going. He said, don't go now. Am I the one that told you to travel? I say, I have gist for you. I said, leave me, I'm tired. Then I will go and look for my firstborn and knock at door. Say, who is that? I say, me. Come in, then come in. Baby, how are you? Fine. How are you doing? Good. How is everything okay? I say, look at my life. I have to beg one to shut up and begging this one to talk. But if you don't do that, you will lose one of them. Yes. You will lose. A woman told me that one of her children responds to face rebuke. The other one responds to pinching. So you've got to know that no 2 children are the same. You've got to look at the children and raise them according to how God had made them. So that is very, very important for me. Number 3, let children take responsibility early. My wife will say, even if you have a washing machine, sometimes give your kids their socks to wash. They will make a mess. But next time, not only will they enjoy it, next time they will be careful to keep the socks clean. Give them responsibility early. They will not be able to do everything, but there are things they can do. Make them do what they can do. I think those 3 are very important.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Rev. For those that are watching, I'm not sure when the time is going to elapse. So if it happens, just watch out. We are going to just, you know, go off and come on. But I don't know when that is going to happen. I'm just announcing this ahead in case it happens in the midst of something that is going on. Okay, Rev, I want to ask, what are the habits? You are incredibly successful, well known everywhere. You are doing well on Metron. I want to ask, what are the habits or lifestyle, or what a young person needs to be doing to be relevant, to be successful, you know, to be out there and up there? So I don't know what are the things you did and are doing now that helps you be at the cutting edge, you know, of your field.
Beautiful. I'm going to talk about 5 things I believe is very, very important for every young man there. You are starting out, you are moving on. What are the 5 things I think every man? Number 1, I've said it over and over, I keep on saying it, lay a prayer foundation. You see, prayer is so important because there is a God, definitely, and you are not God. So you need that connection. There is nothing we can do about that. Prayer is key. I developed a prayer habit very early. I learned to wake up early and pray. The good thing about all this, and I said this when this lockdown started, I said it's time for everybody that has not developed an habit to develop it, because it takes only 21 days to develop an habit. 21. So when the lockdown started, I told everybody, now that your work is not a distraction, now that club is not a distraction, now that gym is not a distraction, take your time now to build successful habits. This is the thing. You form the habits will form you. You form the habit itself will form you. You won't need to do any other thing. Once you form an habit, the habit kicks in. I discovered no matter where I am in the world, for example, when it is 6 a.m., I'm up. It's an habit I've formed over the years, an habit of praying, an habit of appreciation. So that's number one. Prayer habit is very key. Number two, good friendships. Good friendships. One of the things, thank you, Rev, one of the things I've discovered about friendship is the fact that not everybody is qualified to be your friend. God will not judge you based on your family, because that is by force. God will judge you based on your friends, because that is by choice. So I made up my mind very early that anybody not going my direction is a distraction. Let me say that again. Anybody not going my direction is a distraction. So I chose good friends. I chose good friends. I didn't joke with that. Number three, good pastor. You see, there are three major relationships that are very important to every man. Number one, a mentor. Number two, your protege. Number three, your spouse. Then, of course, your friends. But you know what I discovered, PK? If you get your mentor right, the rest will fall in line.
Yes.
What happened to me, for example, is once I discovered Reverend Victor me, my pastor, this is my pastor. So I married somebody that is also around him in church. All my friends are also around him. So the people also that wanted to receive from him, that found him too far ahead, they were able to receive from me. So getting your pastor right is key. Let me crack a bit of a joke. I was somewhere in Ibadan, and I wanted to see Dan, my former landlord, for the church office. So he's a doctor. So one of his junior doctors was there. So the guy looked at me and said, why do you want to see the director? I said, well, it's the landlord of our church office. I needed to discuss with him. The guy looked at me and said, oh, where do you live? I said, of course, Ibadan. He laughed. He said, you don't look like somebody that lives in Ibadan. So I laughed. I said, what do I look like? He said, you look like somebody that lives in America or London. I said, thank you. Then he said, so what do you do? I said, I'm a pastor. Then he laughed again. I said, why? He said, you don't look like a pastor. You said, I don't look like somebody that lives in Nigeria. You said, I don't look like a pastor. What do pastors look like? So I now asked him a question. I said, where do you worship? Then he started laughing. I said, no, where do you worship? He said, if I tell you where I worship, you will laugh at me. I said, no, you just tell me. He said, I worship there because it's a family church. That is when I got angry. I said, family church? Do you eat family food? Do you live in family house? Do you wear family clothes? Why do you go to family church? I said, if you are careful about who sews your clothes, and you are careful about who cooks your meal, and you are careful about the barber that cuts your hair, you better be careful about the pastor that speaks into your life. So, number one, I got my pastor right. It's very key. Get that right. Number four, keep on reading, keep on learning. You know, PK, just 4 years ago, I was still back in Harvard, in Boston, Massachusetts, said to still learn, to still study. I'm consistently reading. You see, leaders can come in several dimensions, but one key thing about being a leader is that a leader is actually a learner turned inside out. A leader is a learner turned inside out. So I kept on reading. You know me that I can't come to you and not have a book around me or something I'm reading or something. And it's very key to me. When this lockdown started, the only one of the few things that made me happy is, praise God, opportunity. When I was coming to Canada, I had ordered books I couldn't get, any longer in Kindle edition. I had ordered them to be delivered for me in Canada because reading is key. I don't joke with that. Finally, an habit is an habit to be true to myself. Like I said, I want the young man I was to look at the man I am now and be proud. I love my character. The word character actually means to be the same. The word character and integrity. Integrity is what integra. Integra is a mathematical word that means the same. So I want to be the same. I want to consistently. So when I face with issues, and temptations always come, financial, woman, every time temptations will come. I look at it and I say to myself, no. This is not where I want to be. And that for me is very key.
Wow. This is awesome. I hope you guys are writing. I hope you are taking notes. This is amazing wisdom. Rev, I heard you one time talk about the 5 things you do with money. I wanted to share that here. You mentioned it one time. The 5, they are all S's, I think. Tell us those 5.
Okay, beautiful. Now, listen to me, everybody. Everybody must have a daily habit. If you don't have a daily habit, you will wonder, how do you even judge your day? If you see Genesis chapter 1, God kept on saying, it is good, it is good, it is good, it is good. What do I mean by that? God will look at the day and at the end of the day say it is good. How do you know your day is good? You won't know your day is good if you don't even at the beginning of the day know what is a good day. So what is for me a good day? Look at John chapter 4 verse 1, the woman by the well. Before Jesus met the woman, he was going with his disciples and he said to them, we must go through Samaria. We must go. So every day must have a must. Every day. There are things that is a must in your day that you must do. At the end of the day, this is how you say, it's been a good day. It's been a good day because I've done these 12 things. So for me, I call them my daily dozen. My daily dozen. So let me tell you what my day looks like. My phone alarm wakes me up at 5. So my phone will ring. It's an alarm telling me, wake up. Okay. Then by 10, my alarm will ring again, saying, check your daily dozens. What that means is that I should check if these 12 things are meant to do every day, if I've done every one of them, and if there's anything I've not done, to quickly do it. I will run through the 12 very quickly. Number 1, pray is key for me. Prayer is the fuel of the engine towards my destiny. Prayer is my intimacy with God. Prayer is my interaction with God. So my daily dozen, number 1, pray. Number 2, Bible reading. So not only do I pray, I read my Bible. And because you need to hear good news before you hear bad news. And from CNN to AIT to everybody, I mean, especially PK at our level, we hear a lot of bad news. Somebody will call us, my husband does, hey, this is happening. Reverend, pray. So before I hear bad news, I read the Bible so I can get my good news dose. So that good news dose will help me to cushion the effect of any bad news in the news or anything. So number 1, pray. Number 2, Bible reading. Number 3, confession. I love to say to myself every day, I'm triumphant. I love to say to myself, my past is redeemed. My present makes sense. My future is secure. I love to say to myself. So confession is very important. It does not matter what people say to you. It matters what you say to yourself. Mark 11, 23, 24. He said, you will have what you say, not what they say. So when people say to me, they say, he said, she said, I said, forget what they are saying. What are you saying? So I pray, I read my Bible, I do my confession. Number 4, I set my goals. A man living without goals is living like a goat. There is no difference between a goat and a man living without goals. So you need to have your goals. What are the must of your day? What are the things you have to do? Nobody can score a goal without a goal post. So my goals for the day and my goal post, that's where I'm driving towards. Because if you don't know what you're meant to do today, everybody will make you to do what they want you to do. So after I pray, Bible study, confession, goals. Number 5, exercise. And the older I grow, the more important that becomes.
Yes.
Right now, I'm in Canada on lockdown. So I still make sure I do a minimum of 5,000 steps by day. How do I do that? Once somebody calls me, I stand up with my phone and I'm walking up and down answering the phone. Then when I wake up in the morning, I pray. My prayer time takes about 1 hour. And I do it walking up and down. So between my walking up and down praying and between my walking up and down receiving and answering calls, I've done about 3,000 steps already. So it's very important. Exercise. When I get, sometimes when you lodge me into a continental hotel, I go straight after to the gym. I remember one time I flew to London. From London, I flew into Chicago and I went straight to the gym. Exercise is key. Number 6, money diary. If you don't, well, money is called currency because it flows. The word current is where we got the word currency from. It means it flows. So I keep track of my money. The little money I have, interestingly, some are in dollars, some are in pounds, some are in naira. But notwithstanding, I need to try to keep track of all of them. So money diary is key. What came in, what went out, why did it go out? I spend it wisely? Very important. Number 7, I take my vitamin supplements. That is me. Because I believe that I don't eat a lot. You know, I don't eat a lot. And because of that, I think I need vitamin supplement to supplement some of those things that I need. So I take my vitamin supplement. Number 8, I watch my diet. You are invariably what you eat. We are either taking our food as medicine, or one day we have to take medicine like food. Maybe I should say that again. It's either you take your food right now like a medicine, or one day you'll have to take medicine as food. So I watch my diet. I watch what I eat every day. Then the last 4, I make sure I live every day. Because some people in trying to make a living, they are not living. But I make sure I live. I make sure I have a good time. Sometimes I make sure I do something for fun. In my house, they call me the troublemaker. Because when I've done my thing, I want some excitement. So I go about troubling everybody. Go to somebody's room, drag them out, beat them. Somebody say, "Mommy, come and take your husband. Come and take your husband from here. He's causing trouble here." I go say, "He's in your room. He just left my room." I leave. So I leave. Number 2, every day I love. I make sure I love. Number 3, every day I make sure I learn. I listen to something new. I read something new. So every day I live, I love. Number 3, 4, and number 11, I also have, number 12, rather, I now live a legacy. Every day I try to live a legacy. Every day I live my life in such a way that a legacy is being left. So I invariably, somebody in the future will say, "You left me this legacy." Today, one of my daughters, she's on the show now, Yinka called me. I said somebody sent one of my videos to her. And she was very excited. And she told the person, "Everything I am today is because of him." He picked me up as a baby and taught us everything that is our foundation today. And that's living a legacy. So every one of us must do that. So 12 things, my daily doses: I pray, I read my Bible, I do my confession, I set my goals, I do my exercise, I do my money diary, I take my vitamin supplement, I watch my diet, I live, I love, I learn, I live a legacy every day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's go back to the money one. I believe there are a lot of people here that have money issues or questions. You once mentioned the 5 things you do whenever money enters your hand.
Into my hand. Yeah.
Yeah, so share a bit on that.
Yeah, this is very important. Everybody needs to know. The Bible said there is much riches in the dwelling of the poor. But it's just that the poor man, the foolish man spends it all. God tries us with money. The Bible says if nobody can commit money into your hand, who will commit to your hand? True riches. Money is what God used to test you if you can handle true riches. That is why people that are not good with money, they are hardly ever good with any other thing. Before you marry a man, before you marry a girl, if they are not good with money, they hardly ever will be good with any other thing. Wow. And one of the problems we have is that most of us, our fathers, did not even train us how to handle money. So, from the time my kids were young, when I'm traveling, I give them money. Not because I have too many. No, because when I come back, I want to ask them, "What did you do with the money?" I want to ask them. That is how you train people with money. Up to now, in my house, you have your account. I keep on putting money there. when you are 21, so Barbara is the only one in my house now that runs her account herself. The other ones have their account, but the alert comes to me. When they take money out of it, I get it. So one day, very funny, Barbara was in the uni, and then she withdrew some money from the account. And then I called her. And they said, Daddy, it's because of the money I just withdrew. It's my tithe and my offering. I said, can your father call you to say hello? I know. Immediately I was withdrawing the money, I was telling my friend, my daddy will soon call. It's part of the training. But when she became 21, I don't get her alerts now because I'm sure I've done a good job and I know she can manage her finances herself. My second child now, I sent her allowance first day of the month. And I noticed what she had done with the allowance. Almost everything she invested in. She has an investment account. Almost everything I sent to her. And I was like, this girl, you are so sure your school will not resume this month. You know you will spend my wife's money. So you invested all your own. So there are 5 things. It's a family financial pipeline. That's how we handle money. When money comes into our hand, number 1, we sow. We don't joke with that. Number 1, we sow. We make sure we pay our tithe. We believe tithe is not about courses. We believe tithe is our covenant obligation. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. All things work together for good for them that love God and have God as a partner in their labor. That is what Amplified says. So if God is a partner in my labor, I need to give him dividend. He must have a percentage of my income. So I make sure that when money comes into my hand, number 1, we sow. I stumbled, Pastor K, on a small jotter that I recorded how I spent my first million. Small jotter. And I was so proud of myself. I was very young when I got my first million. But I discovered that I paid 10%. I saw into my pastor's life. I gave to my parents. I gave to my mother-in-law. My father-in-law is late. Before I even do other things, I was proud of that. That's what I'm talking about. So we saw. Number 2, we save. Why do we save? We save because before you settle, you save. Because settling is about your present and your past. Saving is about your future. So take care of your future before you take care of the past. So immediately after we sow, we save. We save at least 10%. Very important. Savings is key. You see, when I built my house, a lot of my friends, when they knew I built a house, they came to the house. They asked me, how did you do it? You are lucky. It's not luck. It's planned. It is. They're as blessed financially as I'm blessed, but notwithstanding, I learned to save. So number 1, we sow. Number 2, we save. Number 3, which for us is also very important, we settle. We settle all the bills we need to settle. Now, number 4, we spend. So for my family, before spending comes on the table, we have already done major things. But for most people that don't have this financial plan, the first thing they think, money has come, let's spend. No. Before we spend, we have sown, we have saved, we have settled, then we spend, then we have spare. What do we mean by spare? All my children know about spare list. If you are traveling, for example, for vacation internationally, and I'll tell all of them, and maybe my son says, Daddy, I want so and so. I'll say, okay, after we have done all we need to do, we put this one on this spare list. So if you have anything remaining, then you get it. So we all know in my family there are things that are on this spare list. So sometimes, as they grow older now, as we're traveling, they ask me, so Daddy, what's our budget? So I will tell each one of them the budget, so that in the budget, they know to sow, they know, so, and that's what they do. So those 5 things are very important. Number 1, you sow. Number 2, because it's your sowing that determines your harvest tomorrow. The Bible said God gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. But if all you do is to eat everything, you will wake up one day and discover there is no seed again to sow for your bread. The bread today is the product of the seed yesterday. And that means that the bread tomorrow will come from the seed of today. So we sow, we save, we settle, then we spend, then we have spare.
Wow, wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. For all those watching, please don't forget we're starting our men mentoring platform on Sunday night with a webinar. It's a free webinar, but registration is on already. If you just go to my profile page, you will see the link there. Just click it. You will see the title, what it means to be a man. It is 8 p.m. this Sunday night. You make sure you register. It's on Zoom. So make sure you register today. Immediately we drop this, you will see it on my profile. It's already there actually. So make sure you register on Zoom. It's going to be an amazing time, of mentoring for men. Women have been complaining forever that everybody is teaching women how to be good wives, but nobody is training or talking to the men. So it's our response to that. Desire to mentor men, and globally, we'll be able to do that on that platform. So please, all the men, go and register on my profile page. For a woman here watching, please get all the men in your life to go and register. Your father, brother, husband, son, let them register. Okay, Rev, let's see whether we can squeeze in 2 more questions before. I don't even know what the time is.
I think it's 10:23 now.
10:23?
I think so.
Please, Pastor Mildred, if you're around, come and tell me the time. Let me know how much time I have so that I can plan what to do. Okay, Rev, 2 more questions or so before we go. There are a lot of people here that follow me or started following me because of I teach relationships. So we need to talk a bit about that. What should a guy be looking for when he's looking for a wife? What should a lady also be looking for when she's looking for a husband? When you do that now, ask the next one.
Beautiful. Let me start by saying people need to know that people that teach relationship are to be honored and respected. And also that the devil fights them more than the devil fights any other ministry. You see, John the Baptist was preaching revival, and it was okay. The day he started preaching the relationship, they called for his head. The day he started preaching relationship, they called for his head. When he had been preaching the kingdom, nobody bothered. But when he started preaching relationship, you should not take another man's wife. Go get his head. So when you see people that teach relationship like this, you need to celebrate them and you need to defend them. People will try to malign them. People will try to bring them to disrepute. People will like to mess up their message. Somebody will listen to what they said in 1 minute out of an hour message and take that 1 minute to want to put disrepute on. No. You need to stand by them and defend them. That is very, very important. But having said that, you see, who you marry, look at what the Bible said. The Bible said marriage is honorable. If you can go to my Facebook page, I have a message there that I did last Sunday, Facebook page, on the kind of a man a woman must not marry and the kind of a woman a man must not marry from Solomon's perspective. Solomon himself had 700 wives, 300 concubines. That is 1,000 women to one man. How did he do the schedule? Because a year has only 365 days. How did you schedule for 1,000 women? Some of them, we see them in only once in 3 years. I don't know. He did it, but you say
even Harvard doesn't have that kind of a profound study.
I mean, can you imagine? So it's very interesting. So you might need to go and listen to that. Then on my Instagram Live, I do Instagram Live every Friday now for 8 p.m. The last one I talked about 21 reasons why I married TJ. I had options. I had people around me. Why did I choose that one? 21 reasons. All of that is from my book, Mathematics. PK ordered for 1,000 of this copy when it came out on PM to give to people. Mathematics, not mathematics, mathematics, the almighty formula for marrying right. Okay, having said that, so the Bible said in Proverbs 18:20, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So I want you to notice something. All you are going to do in life, you will need the favor of God. All. But the Bible said one of the simplest way to get that favor, one of the simplest way is to marry right. So it is buy one, get one free. It's a bundle. Buy one, get one free. Just make sure you marry right. Once you marry right, then you get favor from God free. So there are things you must look for. Very quickly, I'll just mention a few from the book. PK, it's not going to take a lot of time.
Yes,
the kind of a man a woman must not marry. Let me start from the kind of a woman you must not marry. Number one, don't marry a troublesome woman. Imagine you marry a nagging woman now. How will you cope in this lockdown? She will follow you into the bedroom nagging, follow you into the toilet nagging. You get her, and you can't go to club, you can't go to work now. Bible says in Proverbs 1:19 says it's better to live in the desert than to be with a troublesome woman. Number two, don't marry a promiscuous woman. Don't marry a promiscuous woman. A promiscuous woman is big trouble. If she did not kill you, the other men will come for your head one day. Number three, don't marry an unteachable, ignorant woman. You see that what Proverbs 9:13 said, don't marry a woman that is unteachable. Proverbs 11:22, he said, just like a gold ring in the pig's mouth, that is how beautiful a beautiful face is on an empty head. So don't marry just the head. Marry the brain, teachable person. Somebody looks at my wife and says she does a lot. She wasn't like that naturally when we married. But you see, because she's teachable, we'll be able to get some things done together, and that's very important. Number four, don't marry a bitter woman. In fact, Proverbs 13 was talking about the kind of things that makes the heart to quake. One of them, a bitter woman when she finally married. So I love to say to ladies, make sure you heal before you get into a relationship. Because people that didn't cut you, you will bleed on them. If you don't heal before you enter into a courtship, you will bleed on the people that didn't cut you. You will look at them and say things like, you have started again. That is what you men always do. And I tell people, a lot of people, the feminists of Nigeria especially, a lot of them are just bitter. They are not talking feminism from a correct perspective. They are talking about it from bitterness. All men has come. I mean, how far? You know, yeah. So it's very important. Don't marry a bitter woman. Number five, don't marry an ungodly woman. Proverbs 31:30 says, charm and grace will one day pass away, but a godly woman will last. So when it comes to the men, I'll just give you five. Number one, don't marry a visionless man. I love to say, don't marry a man because he has television. Marry him because he can tell you a vision. Because if you marry a man because he has television, one day that television will back up. So marry a man that has vision. And I said something in this book that is very interesting. I said, if you leave a man of vision to marry a man that has television, one day you will watch the man of vision on your husband's now old television. The thing they pay, no, he go pay you well. So marry a man that has a vision. So when you are cutting, don't let him take you only to KFC. Don't let him take you only to McDonald's. Ask him, what's your vision? Because anybody not going your direction is a distraction. So that is very, very important. Number two, don't marry a lazy man. Don't marry a lazy man. Don't marry a lazy man. The Bible said, do you see hardworking men? Proverbs 22:29, he said they will be successful and stand before kings. Marry men that are hardworking, not men that are lazy. And you will not lazy men. They visit you, you tell them, I'm bored. They visit you at 2 p.m. They visit you at 4 p.m. They don't have work. Don't marry a lazy man. Number three, don't marry an angry man. I'm very particular about that. Don't marry an angry man. You see, don't marry in the world today. Once somebody disappears, the first culprit is the spouse. So a lot of men are killing their wives. Even in America, don't marry an angry man. He might be treating you well, but the way he talks to the gardener, the way he talks to the waiter, you will know this is an angry man. I jokingly said this one day, and somebody said, hey, but Reverend, how do you know an angry man? I said, you know them through small things. For example, the way an angry man will kill mosquito. He will look at mosquito and say, ooh, yes, hey, that's an angry man. Don't marry an angry man. Because Proverbs 19:19 PK, very interesting. Proverbs 19:19 said, don't save an angry man. He said, because if you save an angry man, he will do it again.
Again.
So if your wife slap you, tell your pastor. Don't cover him. If you tell your pastor and he didn't change, call police. Finally, don't marry an ungodly man. An ungodly man will bring you venereal disease. An ungodly man will bring venereal disease. A time comes in the life of a man that the man is no longer afraid of anybody. His father can't even talk to him. You better marry a man that God can talk to. A man that fears God. So those are the kind of man and kind of a woman. I think the books are available. I think a lot of people are asking for where to get the books. They're on Amazon. If you don't get them on Amazon, you can inbox me later on privately. I'll send you a number of the guy in charge of our materials.
Please, everyone watching, go and order that book immediately. Like Rev said, we ordered like 1,000 copies to give out when the book came out. It's an excellent book, Mathematics, and it covers a wide... Rev, can you read out the... I don't know what they call that thing.
There are 10 things, say there. 5 dangerous things you don't do before you say I do. 5 dangerous things. If you do this before you say I do, you will come back to say I'm done. I'm not doing, I'm done for. 5 dangerous things you don't do before you say I do. Solomon, 5 kinds of a man a woman must not marry. Solomon's 5 kinds of men a woman must not marry. 10 truths about true love. 10 truths about true love. Then the 10 love litmus tests. I've always wondered if there could be a litmus test. I've always wondered to know if somebody said, I love you, I love you. How do we know he's telling the truth? These are 10 things that will make you to know if you love the person or the person loves you. Then 10 questions you need to ask yourself before you say I do. 10 questions you need to ask yourself before you say I do. Then 7 proven steps to marry right, guaranteed. If you follow these 7 steps, you'll marry right. Then this one is very powerful. A chapter is on when it's okay to break a relationship. Wow. Because a broken heart sometimes is better than a broken life. Then 5 keys to finding true love. Then 21 reasons why I married TJ, my wife, and not any other lady. Very powerful. It's on Amazon. But if you inbox me, I'll give you the number of the guy that's in charge of our books. Or if Joshua Press is listening to me, Joshua Press, put the number of David Young, the guy in charge of our materials, and that will be good.
Wow. We will also still put up the book on our pages so that people can get it and all that. It is an amazing book, guys. Wherever you are in the world, you can get it. Thank God it's on Amazon. For those of you abroad, you can easily order it. If you're in Nigeria also, you can get it. Amazing book, Mathematics. This is my own relationship coach. This is my relationship mentor. So if you think I know anything about relationship, then you have to listen to Rev. He's the real deal. You have to listen to Rev. One more question on relationship, Rev. How do we deal with a difficult spouse?
Beautiful, beautiful. How do you deal with a difficult spouse? Now, unfortunately, nobody married to have... My Facebook name is Albert Oduwole. Somebody is asking for my Facebook name, Albert Oduwole. Okay, nobody wakes up to have a difficult spouse. Number one, you have married them. It's a mistake. Most of the time, they will have shown you signs, but maybe you didn't take note. Because nobody can act consistently, inconsistently against their consistent nature. Let me say that again. Nobody... Okay, so please, if you can pin that number, that's the number of the guy in charge of our books. Joshua, please put it again. If it's all, we can pick the number, pin the number. Please put it again. Thank you, Pastor Joshua. Please put the number again so we can pin it, so people can have the number of the guy in charge of our materials in Nigeria. So you will have seen the sign. Nobody can act consistently against their consistent nature. But maybe you close your eyes to it. Some people will say love is blind. If you think love is blind, one day marriage will open your eyes. So now your eyes is open. Now you have discovered that, oh, okay, this is the person. I made a mistake. What do you do? Number one, you go back to pray. You see, the problem we have is that some of us marry people thinking we will change them. But you can't change people. You know, one of my... Okay, that's the pin of the number, so you can take the number of the guy in charge of our books in Africa. So one guy told me, he said, I want to marry. I said, you can't marry this guy. This guy, he said, don't worry, Reverend, I will change him. I said, so you're a changer. I've been looking for you all my life. You are a changer. You will follow me to all crusades. You help me to be changing people. Nobody can change anybody. People can change because they love you, but you can't change them. That is not possible. So pray. When you can change them, God can change them. Pray. Number 2, be patient. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen over time. Be patient. Number 3, keep on doing your part. Don't say, well, if you submit to me, I will love you. No, if you love me, I'll submit to you. No, if you love me, no. Keep on, because you see, there are 3 people in the covenant. Number 1 is God. Number 2 is the 2 of you. So it is God that rewards you for your part, not the other party. So number 1, pray. Number 2, be patient. Number 3, make sure you keep on fulfilling your own part. Don't say because she's not doing it, she's not doing her part, I will keep on not doing my own part. No, do your own part. There is a third party to the relationship. A 3-4 cord is not easily broken. So make sure you keep on doing your part. Number 4, get a counselor. You see, I say this to people before they marry. When I wanted to marry TJ, one time she said to me, I'm happy with you. You are good. Everybody likes you. Everybody loves you. You are anointed. You are handsome. Come on now. I think I'm still handsome, PK.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She said, the only problem I have with you is that if I have an issue with you, who do I talk to? You know, before then, I never thought of that. But everybody listening to me needs to settle this question tonight. You are not married, though. You are married. Ask, who do we talk to? Because this is what happened. A lot of people, they go talk to their family. Your family can't help. You go talk to your friends can't help. You need a pastor to talk to. So at that point in time, I look at her and I said, talk to Reverend Victor, my pastor. There is nothing you can tell me about him. And I remember, PK, when you wanted to marry, you brought PM to me and you said to PM, anything. The day you are annoyed with me, the things you don't even know how to talk to me, this is my pastor, talk to my pastor. That is wisdom. You always need that. You see, PK, people don't know that even cancer in today's world, outside supernatural healing, even natural medical healing, cancer is no longer a terminal disease if they discover it early. If they discover it early. So I tell people, there is no hardly any relationship we can't help if you talk out early. The problem is most of the time before you talk to your pastor or your mentor or your marriage counselor, you have already talked to a lawyer, you've talked to your parents, you've talked to his parents, you've talked to your friends, you've talked to the children. So you are trying to make us to put together what you have scattered already. So it's very, very important for you to look at your partner and say, who do we talk to? So number 1, pray. Number 2, be patient. Number 3, definitely keep acting your part. Number 4, talk to your pastor. Those 4, I believe, are very, very important.
Wow. Okay, but Rev, in a case where the person has talked to somebody, maybe the spouse doesn't want to take counsel or doesn't have even anybody that can speak into his life, what do we do in such cases?
Okay, there are a few cases. Do you know when they came to Jesus and when they talked to Paul about marriage, he gave only, both of them talked about only 2 reasons why you should leave the person. Number 1, in the case of infidelity, consistent one, which means this person can even bring diseases towards you. That is number 1. Number 2, he said if a man refuses to take responsibility, he's become worse than an unbeliever. So when it comes to a point in which the other party is not ready to yield at all, you see, that is something I tell most ladies now, and it's very important. Jesus gave a very interesting parable, PK. A man came and said, I'm going to cut down my tree. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut down my tree. And the gardener said, please don't do it. Give me 1 year. 1 year, I will give it my best. So if I give him my best, after that it does not yield, cut it down. One of the things I'm telling people right now is, okay, you are frustrated, the other person is not ready to change, the other party is not ready to yield. I got you. But can you, just like the gardener, give it 1 more year? And it will surprise you that within that 1 year of them doing these things, I said, praying, being patient, giving it their best, doing their own part, and talking to a counselor, most of the time, the thing gets turned around. Not all the time, most of the time. So many of that, and the same thing with ministry, the same thing with business. When you get to a point you are tired, like, I'm done. No, think again and say, let me give you 1 year. Give it that 1 year, give it your best 1 year, and you'll be shocked what happens after that 1 year.
Wow, wow. Rev, this has been it's been powerful. It's been powerful.
Thank you. Thank
For
you.
all those watching, please go and follow Rev. You can see his handle here already. About Oduwole is his handle on Instagram. You can also follow him on Facebook. Please go and follow immediately. This has been my pastor for 23 or so years. Has been my coach for these 23 years. You know, anything you see that I've become is because of inputs and coaching and mentoring of a great man like this. So please, if you're following me and you love me, I highly recommend you go follow that page, share the page. We will try and put up the book titles and even the table of contents, things like that, so that people will know how powerful this book is. Amazing book. He's an amazing relationship coach. He's known around the world, really. Traveled around the world to almost all the continents you can imagine. He presently is planting a church in Toronto, Canada. For all my Canada folk, you have to visit that church. Once the lockdown is over, you must visit that church in Toronto. You know, and he also has churches in Ibadan and different parts of the world, really. So let's take advantage of that. So, Rev, in closing, are there anything in your own heart that you would like to talk about or advise about or share about? Pray
Thank
for us.
you. Yeah. Before I pray, I want to let everybody know that in times like this, always remember there have always been times like this. In times like this, always remember there had always been times like this. In times like this, always remember people will want you to be afraid. People will tell you the world is over. No. In times like this, there are always. So a man of God sent to me from UK. They said we should come and take vaccine. No, it is 66. I said take it easy. You don't even know the timeline of 666. But there can't be 66 now because the Antichrist must first come, and before the Antichrist comes, we must first go. There can't be two kings on the same throne. There can't be light and darkness in the same room. So definitely, the devil must first. We must first of all go in rapture, then the Antichrist will come. Then when the Antichrist had come, then that is when they now do 60. So we are not there yet. Put your mind at rest. Always remember in times like this, there had always been times like this. But you see, for me, the greatest tragedy will be for you to come out of this pandemic without a strategy. The greatest tragedy is for you to come out of this pandemic lockdown without a strategy. You need a strategy. And if you can listen to what Pika and I had said all through now, your strategy should be forming. Your strategy should be forming. Your strategy should be forming. Get your strategy right. Then the Bible says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not his benefit. Even now, there are too many benefits. Now you can do the things I've always said you're going to do. Oh, I'm going to write a book. I'm writing a book right now. I started it yesterday. PK, when this book is over, you will love it. I'm writing Surviving Betrayal.
Wow.
I'm writing the book Surviving Betrayal.
Wow.
So you can write the book now. You can do all the things you need to do now. Those books you have said you wanted to read, this is the time to read them now. So go do those things. Take the advantage to be closer to your husband, closer to your wife, train your children, teach them the vital things they need to know. That is what I want you to do. But above all, prayer is powerful. Prayer is powerful. Not because we know how to pray, but because we know a God that knows how to answer. And you see, that is why it's not even how good you are at praying, it's how good he is at answering that makes all the difference. So right now, wherever you are, I want you to bow down your heads as we pray. Father, thank you. Because people are watching from all over the world. From North America, from Europe, from Asia. I can't be there, but you can be everywhere. And I pray in the name of Jesus that you will touch every man, every woman listening to me now in the name of Jesus. Let your hand come on them. Let your anointing make a difference in their lives in the name of Jesus. I don't know what they're going through, but you know. But whatever they're going through, I pray that you give them grace, that you walk with them, that you walk on them to make it come out in a triumphant manner in the name of Jesus. For them that need supply, supply them. For them that need peace, give them peace. I come against every storm that's coming against your life, and I decree today you are provided for in the name of Jesus, and you are protected in Jesus' name. Amen. Praise God,
Amen.
praise God,
Amen.
praise God. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, PK. It's been amazing.
This has been amazing. Almost 2 hours,
Yeah.
almost 2 hours. Uh, but before we go, Rem, I want to ask one for myself. Now, if you are watching, this one doesn't concern you, for me. I wanted to ask, you've known me for about 20 years. What are the things you think I'm doing right, that I can continue doing? What are the things you think I can do more? Then the ones I'm not doing well, you can DM me that one. It's only me.
Well, PK, number one thing I know you're doing well is your love for God. Anybody that does not know your heart for God does not know you. You are a crazy worshiper of God. You just love God. You see, many a times, the love for people is actually an outflow of the love for God. When people say you love people so much, it's actually, you can't love God and not love his creation. You can't love an artist and not love the songs of the artist. So because you love God, there is an outflow. So your love for God for me is amazing. I love your love for God. Number two, I love your love for your family. I love the fact that you treat your wife well. It's sad to say, but even in the midst of ministry, a lot of people are not loving their wife enough. You see, it's bad to be a pastor. It's worse to be a pastor's wife. But I am a pastor's husband right now. Because Reverend TJ is more of the pastor at the cathedral. It's not a joke being a pastor's spouse. So our wives, our spouses as a minister needs tender loving care. So I love the way you love your family. I love the way, for people that are listening that didn't know, you had a delay of almost 7 years, and yet you stayed by her. Your confidence was very important. You kept on telling her, children we will have. You see, now when I told the PM about child, she wanted me to pray about every other thing. But say, Papa, that children matter. Don't go there. So, very important. So the way you stood by her, very, very exciting. And the way you love your children, very, very important. Then I love your down to heart. You see, people can easily misunderstand it. But you're just you. You don't try to do man of God. You just do you. You do you. The way you do in the room is the way you do on the bike, is the way you do on the field, is the way you do in church. You just, that's why in travel assembly, my people love you silly. Because you are just you. So you are real, you are down to earth. That is very, very important. But let me say one or two things I think you need to work on. One of them is that you need to learn to also to give boundaries. You are like me. I just love people. And with people, we also become vulnerable. You can't love without being vulnerable. It's not possible. You cannot love without being vulnerable. So if you want to be too much guided, then you won't be able to love. But give boundaries. Be able to tell people, I'm sorry you can't talk to me now. It's family time. I'm sorry we are not going there now. I'm doing this now. So that's one of the things I think you need to work on, which I believe is very, very important. Then I need you to raise more younger men. I need you. I'm saying that to all of you, that we are so proud of what you're doing, and we want you to please pass it down. I know that this younger generation, they are very difficult because what they're thinking about is the car you're driving now, and they don't want, just like some of the girls don't want a fiancé, they want a financier. You know, some of these people, they don't want a mentor, they want a banker to feed. But yet, do your best to please pass it down and keep on teaching them until they get it. But I'm excited. I'm happy to see what God is doing in you and PM. I'm very excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sir. We want you to recommend the mentoring platform starting this Sunday evening to all the men here.
I'm not even talking to men. I'm talking to ladies. Because men are funny. You write books for men, it is ladies that read it for them. So before you marry somebody, make it a condition. Call all those people that says they want to marry you. That look, there is only one way I will go along. Start being mentored by this man that I know is also mentored. That I know has a word for you that will change your life. Wives, bribe your husband. If it is sex you want or his favorite food, make sure he registers. Don't tell him to go and register. Sit with him to register now when we are done. Because this is very, if you say, go and register, he will say he forgot. And you know, these things fill up very quickly. So the earlier the better. Tell him whatever you want, I'll do. But go register now. And I want you to know, my daughter Barbara, thank you. I've talked about you today. Oh my God. Okay, so I want you men to know that everything rests on the head. If you can get it right, you are the steering of the family. There won't be shipwreck. If you can get it right, our future is bright. If you can get it right, everybody will be happier. So I want to appeal to you men, subscribe now. It's too important and it's free. Free. Can you imagine? So, I mean, you don't even have an excuse and you don't need to leave your house. All your excuses are taken care of. If you miss this, even your future self will be annoyed with you. And one day your children will say, how can you miss this opportunity? So please, man, register immediately we are done. And that is very important.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rev. This has been amazing. Amazing 2 hours. We just feel like we should stop.
Yeah, so
It just
don't
feels
worry,
like
we'll do it again. We'll do it again. We'll find time and do it again.
we have to, sir. We have to. For those who are watching, remember, Rev mentioned that he has every Friday night, 8 p.m. I think, Rev, is it 8 p.m.?
8 p.m., yes. Nigerian time, 8 p.m.
Every Friday, 8 p.m. on his page. He does relationship talks there. He's my coach. So if you think I have anything to say, then you have to follow Rev. You have to be at that show if you're interested in learning more about relationships. Be at that show every Friday on his page. Thank you, Rev, for coming. Pastor T here, please to see here, Reverend Victor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody that joined. Remember, all the men, go and register for the mentoring platform. Sunday night, 8 p.m. But registration is on already on my link tree on my profile page. Go and register. If you're a lady here, get your men to register. It's free and it's awesome. Starting this Sunday night. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Rev. I'm with you again. I'm sure all my you got to see you again. Thank you. We'll put up the mathematic, amazing book. Amazing. We'll put it up on our page now and make some noise about it. Thank you, Rev.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a good father, a good pastor for all these years.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. All right.